What's interesting, I'm starting to get comfortable on the bike to the point where I'm not even really thinking about it. I mean, who's riding it? And again, this is not overly technical. Downside of all that luggage, my dry bag smacks me in the ass over these bumps. Go the right way. Okay. Water's high. I hope there's no water crossings. It's gonna be deep. It's also part of the reason I went this direction. If I'd gone counterclockwise from Tellico to Suches, which I know that road well, I know that area well, there's several water crossings that I would have had to hit tomorrow from Suches up past Franklin, Charlie's Creek, Upper Hightower Road, which normally I don't have a problem with. We're through there a lot. We've had a decent amount of rain lately. And I'm sure those crossings are high. So, yeah, if I ever do put this out there, pay attention. People's homes are back here. Don't be a jerk. Be respectful. We're guests, we're visitors. This is their place. So, 3 years ago, all my friends know this, my family all knows this. Crashed my DRZ, lay between the legs, broke my right collarbone in 3 places. Over the course of 2 years, 2.5 years, I had 2 surgeries. And after the first surgery, there was an issue where the bone didn't fuse. The screw, one of the screws was actually holding the pieces of bone apart. So every time I would, if I was riding, if I get into a gnarly situation, I'd get this weird twinge in my arm, in my shoulder. Okay. Hey, we wanted a challenge. We got it. So anyway, yeah. Broke my collarbone, 2 surgeries. Every time I would go out to ride, I had this twinge. And I knew there's no way if I dropped the 1290 I was going to be able to pick it up. There's just no way. So traded it in on the 890, which is significantly lighter. And rode that. And then, you know, got the second surgery, which removed the plate and the screws because apparently the bone had healed, but the screw was what was pushing on the bone, which was causing the pain. So my orthopedic surgeon removed everything, and I was good to go once the incisions healed. Well, like I said, I bought the 890 for the purpose of riding a bike with a messed up shoulder. And I mean, the 890 was a great bike. Still, you know, a fantastic machine. But now, well, my shoulder doesn't bother me anymore. To a point. I mean, still going to feel it every time it rains. But I'm not as worried about it. Coupled that with, you know, the reliability issues, yada, 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 it was time. All right, and this thing, this is handling this like it's nothing. I mean, it's just tractoring through it. It does not feel like a 550-pound bike. Yeah, I know as soon as I drop it and have to pick it up, then it will. Honestly, yeah, it's a bike you just sit down and just tractor through stuff. There were sections of the 500 that I was concerned about with this bike. Upper Bucktown, Old Bucktown, Upper Hightower, Charlie's Creek. After that, I'm no longer concerned. Hello, Turkey. I am no longer concerned in any way. And yeah, I am babying it. And by myself, after all. On a track that I don't know. They really did a hell of a job with this engine. .2,000 RPM. I mean, I don't even have to feather the clutch. Oh yeah, there's the bike. So yeah, tank bag isn't closed. See, that's why I don't stop very often. Crap like that happens. Say I like this road. One thing I'm kind of starting to understand. Last time I brought a big bike up here, was in 21, so 3 years ago. It was my old 1290 DR model. I was fairly green at this. I mean, I only started riding off-road in about 2017. And I came about it backwards. I bought a 1290 Super Adventure for touring. And then decided to try to take it off-road and realized that I had no idea what I was doing at all. I've got decades of street riding, track riding, all that. But dirt, I didn't have a clue. So I did what I consider the smart thing, and I bought a DRZ 400 to learn the fundamentals on it. Rode the snot out of that bike for several years. Now, I built the bike up as to do the Trans-American Trail. I mean, it was set up with a, big fuel tank, and upgraded the carburetor, upgraded the suspension, did a bunch of work to it. It was a great bike. I replaced it last year with my CRF 450 RL, which has also been upgraded to, everything that you can do, and sold that to my friend Arthur, the DRZ, my friend Arthur. Well, I've been riding the snot out of the 450. I've been putting a lot of miles on it, and a couple weeks ago, I did the 500 with some friends, people I hadn't ridden with in a long time, who, a couple of them are much better riders than me. And way more experienced. But I ended up leading the ride because I knew the area and I knew the track, and I made a point to not hold them up. These guys are faster riders. I'm like, okay, I'm going to push a little bit, not too much, not enough to be dangerous, but enough that I'm not really holding them up. And the pace apparently was good. And Carl did make a couple of comments, because the last time he'd ridden with me, I was a rank novice. So I guess that translates, because I feel way more comfortable on this bike than I ever did on my big KTMs, the 1290s. The 890 I got very comfortable on, just over 2 years. But the 1290s on pavement, they were comfortable. Off-road, not so much. I am much more comfortable off-road on this bike than I ever was with one of those big KTMs. I have no anxiety about any of the terrain that I've hit today. So I guess it's just, now I'm got more seat time. I'm much more experience. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm a good rider. I'm decent, but I'm better at this than I was a few years ago, and that's generally what happens. But I guess, yeah, it may not be the bike, it might be me. Really convoluted way of saying that. Because this, I think, drops down into Andrews. Which, yeah, I kept calling that Anderson. It's not, it's Andrews. Pretty sure. So that'd be a hell of a view over there if I could see it. Oh, wow. Okay. Somebody's been cutting some wood. And look at that. sure where we are. I know where we're supposed to be. Okay, yeah, US 19. Yep, almost Andrews.